That's why you have to be your own biggest fan. Because if you're not your own biggest fan, who's gonna do it? How do you expect anybody else to see your work if you can't even see yours? Guys, today we have another vid today, and it's just right here again. So, if you're new here, if you're not, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. So basically, we have a vid, and we're gonna talk about confidence, because confidence is key. And yes, we need some ramen noodles, beef flavored, and we got some Sprite with us. But anyways, besides the point, we got some confidence tips for y'all, because I'm trying to help elevate the youth. And even if you're older, I'm just trying to share some knowledge that I've gained so far in my 16 years of life. And I just want to tell y'all, what is the definition of confidence? We gotta start there. I'm gonna throw up what does confidence mean on the screen so y'all can really see and y'all can really understand. Confidence, feeling or showing confidence in oneself / being self-absurd. Because confidence is important. No matter if you're not worried about it and be like, confidence will come to me later. No, it's not something that you just develop off the you just go and develop just because you grew up. No, that's something you actually have to work into your mindset. Shows up in everything you do, though. The way you talk to people, how you act, everything. And I got some tips for y'all. And I'm really about to break it down and get into the nitty gritty to really help with the confidence. Okay? So, first one, trust yourself without seeking validation. What does that mean? You gotta trust yourself based on how you feel. Because based on how you feel is the only thing that really matters. Your opinion is what's going to take you to where you need to get. I'm wondering, what does he think about it? What does my man think about this? What does that girl think about me? I promise you, the way you think people are worried about you, they're not. They're really not. You have to understand that life is really not that deep. Obviously, don't make a career decision that's going to make you end up in jail. That is not what I'm saying. But life is really not that deep. The way people perceive you as is always going to be their opinion. No matter if you're doing great, there's going to be people who's going to congratulate you, yes, but there's going to be people who are also going to hate on you regardless. Which is why the perception of you doesn't matter. And what I mean by trust yourself, you have to develop your opinion of yourself. You have to trust that what you're going to do, that you're going to make the right move, that you're going to do what needs to get done. You know why? Because you're you. At the end of the day, who's in charge of paying your bills? Yes, I'm young, but I'm not paying bills right now. But at the end of the day, who's going to take care of me if my mom wasn't here? If my parents weren't here, if I didn't have family, who's gonna take care of me? Later down the line, I have to move out. Who got you? At the end of the day, it's gonna be you. That's why you have to trust yourself. These people you're asking for opinions on, they're not gonna help you. Sometimes some people might also even steer you in the wrong direction. That's really why you gotta trust your own opinion. Worrying about the next person is not gonna help you in the long run. Especially let alone their opinions on how they perceive you as, because you're going to be perceived as any different type of way. It all starts with you and it's going to end with you. That's why the way you think about yourself is on you. This is why understanding the way you feel about you is important, because you have to like what you're doing every day. If you don't like what you're doing or how you're feeling, what are you doing it for? What are you going to gain from that? If you're getting mad about it, if you don't like what you're doing, it's not going to help you improve. Sit break. Rule number 2, you got to spend time alone to get out of your comfort zone. Why, you may ask? If you spend time alone, you're going to get to know yourself. If you get out of your comfort zone, this also has to do with getting out your comfort zone. If you spend time alone, you go outside, you make plans going alone. Do you feel like insecure? Do you think it's embarrassing to be alone? It's not. I promise you it's not. But once you do things alone, you gain confidence in yourself to do things that you normally wouldn't do. To get your comfort zone is going to help you grow. Obviously, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. But how do you get more comfortable? By doing what makes you uncomfortable. You're going to slowly get more comfortable as you do it more often. Like, more repetition is going to get you to where you need to be. Excuse me, pardon me. That's just right. But when you spend time alone, it really lets you get to know yourself. It gets you to know what do you like to do. If people weren't inviting you to what you want to do, if people weren't inviting you to these current events, what would you really like to do? If you like to party, nothing wrong with partying, but spending time alone is like, what do you do beyond that? The teacher asks you, hey, Samantha, hey, Sam, Rebecca, Tell me 5 things about yourself and stand up. What are you gonna tell them? I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it could be a nervous thing, but you could be like, for example, I like track. I like being with my family. I like making YouTube videos. I like clowning around. I like trying new things. I like hot wings. But anyways, that's beside the point. But it's just about getting to know yourself. Because if you get to know yourself, you can trust yourself. If you know who you are and what you bring to the table, you trust yourself. You bring faith, and you're confident in what you do. When you get to know what you're good at, you're gonna gain confidence. You're gonna gain confidence. And it's also gonna improve your self-esteem. I'm telling you. I'm gonna put you on a game. No matter who's watching, time alone is key. And time alone is not a bad thing. Also, time with other people is not a bad thing either. It's just like, how are you ever gonna grow and gain confidence if you can't be alone? Are you not confident in yourself? This is what we're gonna get into. We're getting deeper into it. Because I'm telling you, it all makes sense. It all lines up. And at the end, I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna summarize. I'm gonna show you how it really feels. Y'all gotta see it. It's just right. Come on. We're gonna talk about speaking into existence. Now, do you speak positively about yourself? You're watching this video. If you're in a situation where you want to try something new, are you gonna think, what if this goes wrong? Are you that type of person? Or are you gonna think, what if it goes right? Speaking into existence. Do you have an opportunity coming up? Are you thinking it's about the way you think? Are you speaking positively? I know I'm gonna get this job. I know I'm gonna get this job. What if I don't get the job though? That's the first issue. Once you speak into existence, it's gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen. What is meant for you is gonna happen. Now, I'm heavy on speaking things into existence because, once you speak into existence, you will slowly start to believe it. And also, it's not even just you're just chatting. No, if you feel deep down, you feel like you're feeling insecure. You don't like what you like about you. If you're telling yourself, I'm really that girl. I'm really that girl. I'm that guy. Like I'm that ninja for real. You will believe it. You will. I'm telling you. Even speaking things into existence, you have to actively work on it. If you're in a sport and you be like, damn, like, I feel like I'm not fast, bro. You're gonna, guess what? You're gonna practice. You're gonna practice. You're gonna practice more. And you gain confidence in it. You're scared to do something. Guess what? How to get over that? You do it as many times as you can till you're no longer scared. Literally. Also, just speaking into existence, like knowing that you're like you're feeling confident about even about your looks, about your mind. If you tell yourself over and over that you're pretty, you're cute, like I'm fly, you're gonna believe it. You have to speak it into existence. Why would you speak negatively about yourself? What do you gain from that? Dude, you're not gaining nothing. You're not gaining nothing. That's why you have to be your own biggest fan. Because if you're not your own biggest fan, who's gonna do it? How do you expect anybody else to see your work if you can't even see yours? Elevation. I'm telling you. You have to let go of the talking bad about yourself. I understand it's hard. It's hard to not think negatively of yourself. You may have insecurities, yes. But what are you gonna do about that to change it? Are you gonna accept it? It's definitely easier to just accept it, but putting in the work is definitely gonna take a much longer process than just accepting it. But once you really overcome it, the aftermath of it is gonna be so much more beautiful than how you were living just maybe a month ago. I don't know. Everyone's time rate is different. It's like the outcome is gonna be more better than what you're accepting now. So why would you do that? Life is too short for you to be down in the dumps and just talking negatively about yourself. You're supposed to know you dumb. You're supposed to know I'm hurt, I'm him. But if you don't believe in you, who else is gonna do it? Who else? How can you expect anybody else to do it if you don't even believe it? We're at 4. Just start at the 4. It's not no being affiliation, none of that. It's just like. But anyways, another thing about getting to know yourself, think about your past. Think about what are you doubting about yourself? Why don't you feel confident? You gotta figure out why. I really do honestly believe that everything you're feeling insecure about, there's a reason behind it. Is it because somebody told you? It's okay, you can admit that. I'm sure there's some people who might have pointed out something and you was like, dang, like I they might have cracked a joke about it, and now you start looking at yourself, thinking about it, think about yourself twice. Is it because of the childhood trauma? You really gotta get deep into it, get to understand your past. Because sometimes a lot of it comes like from your childhood. Are you comparing yourself? Are you seeking validation? Like I said from like the beginning. What is it? And then once you get to realize, and once you figure out the issue of the why, you can figure out how to fix it. It all collides. Just watch the collision. You just gotta peep the game. You gotta peep the game. This is so hard to eat and like talking. Now it's getting cold. Anyways, but that's why I said you really gotta get into it. And also, I feel like writing also helps once you really get to thinking and you figure out the different many ways, and you really self-reflect. This is why self-reflection is so important. You realize what it is, you in there. You on it. You can really get on top of that. Once you figure out the issue, you can take control of it. Watch how we get this confidence tip up. Number 5. This one's not him. So what's at the beginning? Number 5. Leave the comparisons alone. I'm telling you, leave the comparisons alone. I don't know if y'all ever heard this, but comparing yourself is the thief of joy. Okay? What did J. Cole say? There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing. He said there's always a chick that's better than the one you got. There's always going to be a whip that's fire than the ones you got. I'm sure I messed up the lyrics, but you get the point. J. Cole, I want to get that tatted on me. Love yours. But anyways, stop comparing yourself. Why do you compare yourself? How to stop comparing yourself? You have to focus on you. But listen though. That's just listen. Well, you have to really get into tune with yourself. When you spend time alone, you're focused on you. You're doing your habits that build you up. You're getting into your hobbies. You're on you. If you're comparing yourself, I feel like if you're comparing yourself, you have too much time on your hands. You're not on the right things. If it's a social media thing, get off socials. You don't need to be on social. You need to be on you. Why are you on so and so's page? Looking like I could be doing this. You can use that I could be doing this. You can be comparing lifestyles. You should use it as motivation, not as a type of a way to knock yourself down. No, you gotta change the way you think. Instead of like, dang, like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at. It's look out where I can be at. If they're doing it, it's possible, because you know why? We're all people. If we're all people, it's possible for them. They could do it too. There's no difference. I promise you, there's no difference. It can come from different backgrounds, but in the end game, end goal, we can all make it. It's about what makes you different. It don't even gotta be the smart. You don't even gotta be the smartest person in the room. It really just gotta be about who's the most consistent, who's the most responsible, who's the most determined. That's what it comes down to. It don't even gotta be about that. And who's gonna keep it going? Excuse me. I didn't even say anything, but if it comes down to looks and you're comparing yourself, you have to understand everyone is made differently for their own way. You have to understand you are dumb. You look good. You have to love what you don't even want to love. You have to love the insecurities. You know why? That's what makes you different. You have to even what you do love, keep loving it. Speak positively. It's collision. You're gonna end up loving it. I'm telling you. And also, comparing yourself is the thief of joy. Heavy on it, because if you're comparing it, you're not gonna appreciate what you really have around you. You have to see what you have, and learn to love the little things, the small things, the improvements you made. You have to learn to enjoy that. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. I'm really trying to put y'all on, because I want y'all. Y'all gotta live happily. Don't look at what the next person is doing. Oh, like, look at you. You look at how far you've made it. If you could be upset about where you're at right now, but look at where you're at 3 years ago. What you was hoping for 2-3 years ago, that's where you're at now. Are you happy about that? You need to be happy about that. Of course, as life goes, you're gonna want to progress, because life doesn't stop. Life keeps going with or without you. So what are you gonna do? That's your decision to make. You just gotta listen. Just listen to me. Let me cook, bro. Number six. This is a big one. These are all big ones. But we're gonna remove negative influences. What does that mean? Not even alcohol. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about people around you. Yes, people around you, who you hang around is what you are. That is really debatable, but just listen though. If you're around constantly around people who are just negative people who knock down your dreams, who just knock down like, oh yeah, Mariah, like what you like, Mariah, what do you have on today? Who was that uplifting? Why are you around people who are haters? You believe honestly, if you listen to people enough, if you let people talk and if you're listening enough, people will really show you their true colors, and it'll be a secret animosity the whole time because they don't like what you're doing. But you just gotta peep though. Peep this. When people are speaking negatively around you, just making you feel bad about yourself, cut them off. Cut them off. That's another thing. Because if you're mentally alright, I wanna change my mindset. I wanna become more confident. I wanna love myself more. But then you get on your phone. You get on your phone. Let me call. Let me call Bill. Ew, what you got on? Ew. I'm sure they were obviously probably not. They may hype it up like that, but if it's just like they just being weird, throwing in slick comments about what you got going on, cut. It don't even gotta be a cut either. You can distance yourself, but it depends. You have to learn how to treat people accordingly. If it's someone like it's a toxic person, don't even keep them around. But the only exception I have for distancing yourself is if you're not at the point where you could just cut people off. You can distance yourself to the point where they're cut. But my advice to you is cut them off. That's why I said if it's harder for you, some you're gonna take steps into that way, and it's okay. And you can keep people from a distance. You can still, yo, what up? But it don't gotta be, hey, how you been? You tell me your whole life. No, because some people they like to hear you doing bad. Some people, oh really? And hey, she's doing bad. She's not hitting right now. You see how quick it transfers? You really don't. You could think you know somebody till you don't. Till they show you who you are. And once they show you who you are, believe them. That's why we cut off negative influences. Who you hang around affects you. If you have people who are dream chasing, whatever Meek said, dream chase says, 100 miles a minute, go and catch up to my dreams. So you're going to first gump it. Anyways. But if you have people around you who is dream chasing, people around you who are positive, people who are confident, it's gonna affect onto you. But like I said, if you have negative people around you, it's gonna reflect back onto you. Okay? Okay. 7. Fake it till you make it. I heard some people don't like this, but some people don't, but some people do. And I'm going to explain to you why this helps. Why this helps. Listen to Just Right and like this bit. Look at me. Okay. Okay. Fake it till you make it. Because once you show up, if you feel in your head you're not the person you want to be, you're not feeling confident, you might feel a little insecure or a lot, I don't know. But if you're faking it till you make it, you're showing up as a person you want to be. You're gonna become that person that you want to be. For example, body language. You in the room, you like this, you're like, shaking your leg. I understand some people have anxiety, but just listen. If you just like that, like you slouch and sit up. I'm just telling you, the way someone walks into a room, or if you walk into a room, I'm just gonna walk in there on my phone. Pick your head up. No, pick up your head. Keep your heads high, kings and queens. Lock into that because body language it shows up. It even shows up. It reflects onto other people. You're gonna see what's wrong with them? Are they good? It just depends. Like sit up straight. Keep your posture up. Like until you make it, you're gonna show up as the person you want to be. And another thing is when you're talking to someone and make eye contact. Some people don't like making eye contact, but I'm telling you, it just shows that you're more inclined into the convo. You talking to a teacher, they talk, hey, can you help me? Look at them, they're paying attention. If you looking around, they be like, is she even listening right now? Just look at them. Eye contact. If you're trying to risk, make eye contact. It makes people nervous. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally like to make eye contact. It's just game, bro. But yeah, if you never talk to that girl, go talk to them. This is little examples. It comes off into school, into your workplace. If you're trying to get a job, if you're looking around and we ask you a question, what's your strength? If you be like, my strength is, what's one of my strengths? My strength is my mindset. But if you're like, I think my strength is like my mindset. It shows unconfident. But if you're acting more unconfident, you're not gonna get to where you want to be. If you act, you're gonna eventually be that person. That's why it's where it comes along. It ties together. Just trust me. Another thing, show up for yourself. Get dressed. If you're not feeling you that day, put on a fit. Get fly, get cute. Do what you gotta do. Get your shape up. Get you a temp fade. Get you a feed twist. Get you do your hair curl routine. Straighten your hair. Comb out your hair. Do whatever you gotta do that makes you feel cute. If you wanna throw it up, you like updo hairstyles, do that too. What makes you feel cute? If you're not feeling you that day, put it on. Don't dress how you feel. I promise you, that's not gonna help you. If anything, it's gonna make you feel that way even more. Be like, you don't feel cute. Why would you dress bummy? What sense does that make? You're not gonna feel any better about yourself. You have to take action. It's not. Yes, it is a lot about mindset, affirmation, speaking positively. But you gotta take some action. Another thing is just show up for yourself. Do your face routine. Did you get up today? Are you drinking your water? Did you take your dog on a walk? You take a walk. Take a walk. Get into touch with nature is another thing. Get into touch with nature. I promise you, it's gonna understand. There's more to life than comparisons. More to life than social media. There's more to life than what's been in front of you. Your recent schedule, staying in bed all day. Get up. Get up. Yes, the getting part is gonna be hard, but it changes the game. Eat. Ignore hate. Yes, I understand. I've been in your shoes. It is hard to ignore hate, but once you know yourself, you got comfortable with yourself, there's nothing else. Because you know why? Because people are going to talk at the end of the day no matter what you do. So why would you sit down and then not do what you want to do? What sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Technical difficulties, guys. We're back in action. So, and we were at ignoring hate. You got to ignore the haters because you have to realize another thing is that besides understanding who you are already gives you enough power, because once you understand who you are, no one else's opinion matters. But knowing hate is another thing that you have to understand, that when these people are hating on you, they're just constantly all up on your body, just doing something. You have to understand that comes a place from hatred themselves. A lot of these internet trolls, people IRL, just always got something negative to say, they just trying to bring you down. It comes from hatred themselves. They don't like what they see in the mirror every day. They feed off of bringing you down. Once you let somebody hate on you and you let it bring you down, you're bringing up. They want to bring you down to their level. You're letting them win. Now me, I'm a little competitive, but so why would you want to let them win? That's just another thing that can fuel you. But it's just understanding that people are really honestly unhappy with their lives, so they will bring that energy onto you. Especially if you're living and you got haters, you're doing something right. Because people, they like to dim your light. They see you doing great, they want to bring you down. If you got haters, you're doing something right. Be proud of that. Give yourself a pat on the back real quick for that. One more round of applause, please. That's just that one sign to know that you're doing something right. And a lot of them, they just be insecure themselves. They don't want nobody to win. If they're the type of person that be like, I don't want you to have it. And at least if you already have it and I can't take it from you, I don't want you to enjoy it. I don't make you feel bad about it. I want to make you feel bad about yourself, even if it comes down to looks. Deep down, they're like, dang, she really killing it. I feel like I can't kill it like that. So you know what? Yeah, your face trash, your hair not there right. They're gonna find something. They might what? They're gonna talk about your nose? What? What are they really gonna talk about? They're gonna find something, and I promise you, a hater will, regardless. And that's why you cannot listen to these people. They will find something to talk about. If you're the best person in the world, guess what? Somebody doesn't like you. For example, who's the biggest streamer right now is Kai Cenat. He's funny and entertaining. There's somebody out there calling him annoying because they're not with it. Because where he's at, they ain't there yet. Don't be a hater. What's that one TikTok sound? Don't be a hater, guys. It's like, don't judge, guys. Don't judge. Like, it's really not right. Let's have a sip to that. Give me a toast. Hopefully grab some snacks. I don't know if I told you that in the beginning, but my fault. That's that would be my fault. 9. Back to being friends with negative toxic people. But this one, it don't even gotta be about those people. But it is though. It has a lot to do with you too. Don't tell people your insecurities. Why, Mariah? Why, Raya? Why just Raya? Why vote for Raya TikTok name? Why? I'm gonna tell you. Because what do you gain from that? If you really so deeply are insecure about this, what somebody says about it, it's not gonna matter. For example, if it's about a body thing, I don't really like my weight. I feel like I've been picking up weight. They'll tell you, no, girl, no, you're not. If you already believe in your mind, what is somebody gonna say gonna change? This is what's gonna. It's why you gotta unlearn these things, and plus, it's like you're gonna walk away and be like, oh, thank you, but later it's gonna hit you again. It might help temporarily. I feel like I don't like my hair today. It's not cute. Like, girl, you having a great hair day. In the moment, yeah, but when you go back at home, you're gonna be like, I'm looking at the mirror. You're gonna start second guessing it. I'm like, are you sure? They're just trying to make me feel better. It'll help temporarily, but this is why you don't tell people your insecurities, because in the long run, it's not gonna help you. It's really not. Now, if you're searching up how to be more confident, you're doing it because you want to learn. That's two different things. And you're actually gonna take in the advice, and it's actual step by tips. Not somebody saying, "Nah, girl, you're fine." I'm not. If you're unconfident, I'm not gonna tell you, "Oh, it's okay to be unconfident." No, I'm going to help you, and I'm gonna help you understand the journey. But it's up to you to listen. Let me cut though. Let me cut. Oh, another thing. Once you really like start chit chatting about your insecurities with people, and let's say later y'all fall down later down the road, and if you're dealing with a petty person, what do you think they're gonna bring up? Just like when you tell somebody something bad going on with your life right now, they're gonna throw in their insecurity, and then how are you gonna feel? It's not gonna be a pretty feeling. No, if they wanna go low, they're gonna go low. You see the bar right here? They're going underneath the bar. They want to hurt your feelings. So what are they going to do? They're going to throw insecurity in your face. So you don't gain nothing from, no matter which way you look at it, no matter who you think you tell. A friend to one, a friend to all is a friend to none. That's another one. That's another subject for another video. We'll get to that later. Before we go on to the next one, I'm telling you, you're in your head so much, people are not that focused on about you. You probably told them, and then they didn't even notice the whole time. Be like, like, y'all I feel like I got big feet. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not, like, you tell them something. I don't like my eyes. My eyes are too big. Baby, I thought your eyes are normal. What are you talking about? Now they notice, though. Because you pointed out, now they notice. Because we are our biggest critics. We look at each other, we look at ourselves in the mirror every day, so it makes sense. You're going to peep certain things, but you got to look at it in a positive light. Every time you think of something negative, you gotta really ask yourself, why am I digging myself up for this? Especially if it's something that's unchangeable, okay. If it's something like, I don't like the way I'm looking right now, go in the gym. You can fix that. But if it's something you can't fix it, you're not getting nothing in return by focusing on it. So why don't you love it instead? So why not? Also, beauty is subjective. That's another thing. And if it's a skill set, you can work on it. And once you work on it, you will believe it. Sometimes learning new things, you're gonna feel dumb, but whole time it's making you smarter. You go into the gym, you're working out, you feel, I'm not strong. But you're getting stronger though. It makes you stronger. Sometimes you might not see it through the journey, but in the end, you're gonna be like, everything's gonna make sense, and it all adds up because it's all an end goal. Number 10. Don't move on how you feel. Don't move based off emotion, or else you're gonna lose. You're going to lose. In this world today, the world is gonna keep rotating regardless, no matter how you feel. For example, today, let's say I didn't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like going to the gym today. I don't feel like going in. You cannot go. But how are you gonna improve? Are you just gonna do it based off whether you want to do it or not? You're not feeling weak today. Yes, it's okay. Listen. The exception is if it's a mental health day, but you're just not feeling it. It's like you're sad. There's some days you can push through, but obviously if it gets to the point where you feel like you're burning out, you need a day off. Mental days are okay. That's what I'm saying. Mental days are okay. But there's days that you have to push through, though. You have to understand the fine line between that. There's days that you have to push through, because those are days that matter the most. I'm telling y'all. Graduation coming up. You gotta keep going to school. You gotta get your assignments done. You don't feel like doing it, okay? But look, it's gonna pay off because once you cross that graduation stage, it's all gonna count. You saving up this money. Once you get enough money to move out, and you're looking at your apartment. Yeah, that's the things you did that I didn't want to do. It counted. Everything pays off. You gotta stay in the code. You gotta stay in the code. You gonna be freezing. You gonna freeze. Listen. I'm just Raya. I'm going to this channel. I'm going slowly but surely though. But look, Rick Ross is saying the same thing, just in a different format. And y'all see where he at. Mindset, y'all. It's gonna stay in the cold. It's gonna be freezing. But what you would do is what you would do when you don't feel like doing is what counts. As you gotta make it count. It's gonna make it count. You're not doing nothing. That's also it counts as nothing. You didn't do nothing. Even the days that you feel like you didn't do much, but you did something, it counts though, because one step further is always better than staying stagnant where you're at. When you days you feel great, and you doing great things, that's good, but don't move based on how you feel. Something hurt you, somebody made you feel down, keep going. Keep going. And honestly, this video is out of like not necessarily where I normally typically be posting, because I'm making entertainment videos. I can try like entertaining videos. This more of a knowledgeable vid, but it's also something I want to talk about. Here I post what I want to post. Lock and tag. And if you learn something. But I honestly, my words of advice today for y'all, keep going. I genuinely want to see all you guys win. I want you guys to be happy in your lives. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to understand your mental, your mindset is so important. It gets you through life. It's how you think. It's the most knowledgeable thing that you have. That's where you keep everything. I'm telling you. Make sure you take care of yourselves today. Make sure you get it. Make sure you do something. Do at least one thing that you typically don't do. Step out your comfort zone. Push yourself a little further today. What you didn't do yesterday, do that today. Take time to yourselves. It's okay to reflect on your days. Just don't stay in it. Don't live in the past. Live for right now. Live for today. Make it count. Yo, I feel my outro be so long, but it's cool though. So I love y'all. And make sure you drink your water. Make sure you have food. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you get squeaky, clean. And so like this pit. Even comment. I'm trying to like let's build. Let's get a little closer, y'all. Like lock in with me. Alright, yo. Peace out. Hope y'all like this vid.